The frame is what keeps the weapon together. That's all the unmovable parts of the bottom of your weapon. All right.
Okay.
Some of the things that is incorporated in the frame would be considered your trigger guard.
Okay.
Where's your trigger guard? When you say trigger guard, that's your trigger.
Okay. The
Now
guard
what?
is around it.
That ooh, girl, you see the simplicity of it?
Yeah.
The trigger guard.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't move.
Right.
So that's part of your frame.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, on your grip itself of the weapon, do me a favor. Hold your weapon by its slide, by the front barrel.
By the front barrel.
But yeah, hold it up there.
Okay.
Now, when you look at the grip of your weapon, okay, on the side, those are considered the grip. Yes,
Yeah.
each side of that handle
Okay.
is considered the grip.
Okay.
Now, the back of that, put your hand on the back.
Here.
No, on the handle.
Oh, okay.
The back
here.
of the handle, yeah, right there,
Okay.
where your thumb is.
Uh-huh.
That is considered the back scrap.
Back scrap. Okay.
Back
gotcha.
scrap, okay? All right? Now, the front of that,
Okay. Here.
right there,
Okay.
if that's considered the back scrap,
Front scrap.
man, you hear me? It is
Okay.
that simple, Miss
Gotcha.
Jones. It is
Okay.
that simple.
Gotcha.
So when you're talking about parts of the frame, we could talk about the what? The trigger
Trigger guard.
guard.
Uh-huh.
Talk to me.
The back strap.
Talk to me.
Front strap.
Talk to me.
And the side.
What are they called?
No.
Come on. What are they called?
Oh.
Start with the G.
Side guards.
Not
No.
side guards.
Side
Grip. The grip.
Side grip. Right.
The grip.
Side
Okay.
grip. Okay.
That's all called the frame
Okay.
of the weapon. Okay.
Gotcha.
And now when you outline the frame, okay, it's everything that's underneath the slide. You see the slide?
Everything underneath it.
So right here,
Okay.
this will be the outline right here
Gotcha.
of the frame.
Okay.
You see that?
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
the outline of your. You, Miss Jones, we're going to talk about the barrel now, the third component of your firearm. Okay. I want you to lock your slide to the rear.
Okay.
You got it. Come on. Good. Perfect. Now, you see that silver tube that's coming out of the front? Yes, ma'am. You know what that's called?
The barrel.
That's the barrel. Okay? That is the third component of your weapon.
Right.
Three major components to this firearm. You have the action, the what?
Barrel
The barrel,
and the frame.
and the frame. Okay, your barrel is always covered up by your slide assembly.
Okay.
Okay, your slide assembly, it was covers and protects the barrel.
Okay.
Okay,
Gotcha.
and we're gonna break this weapon down to each separate components, and then we're gonna address each one of them.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss Jones. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and break this weapon down. Okay, this firearm down.
Okay.
All right. Remember, there's three components to this weapon, right? Well, they are the what again?
The action,
Mm-hmm.
the barrel,
Mhm.
and the frame.
And the frame. Out, doggone standing, Miss Jones. Whoa! So let me see what you got. This is what you're gonna do. The first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna lock the slide to the rear. Beautiful, beautiful. Now you're gonna take the disassemble button, good, and squeeze it and pinch them down.
Yes.
Good. And then you're gonna release the slide to the front
Yep.
while holding the buttons down.
Okay.
You got it. Take your time. Take
Okay.
your time. Excellent. Now you're gonna pull the trigger and you're gonna pull the slide off the front. Woo, girl, textbook. That was textbook right there. Ow! So now watch this, Miss Jones.
Okay.
I want you to pick up both parts of those components.
Okay.
All right. Now, what are you holding in your right hand? What are you holding in your right hand?
I'm holding the
Come on.
frame.
Woo, girl, you bad. You bad. You bad. You're holding the frame. That's
Yep.
outlining the frame.
Yep.
And if you pick up the other one, what are you holding right there?
Okay.
That's the.
This
Go ahead. Start with the S.
start with the S.
Yes. slide.
Oh, the slide.
The
yeah.
slide, the slide assembly.
The slide assembly.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
And what's inside of the slide? Turn the slide upside down.
Turn it upside down?
Yes. And
Okay.
you will see more stuff in there. You have your coil spring,
Okay. Which is here.
which is there.
Okay.
And you have your barrel.
In the barrel. Okay.
Okay. All of that is inside of your slide assembly.
Right.
So we're going to start bringing that out. The
Okay.
first thing you're going to do, where your coil spring meets your barrel right here, you're going to take your thumb and push up on that, on the coil spring.
Here?
Yes. Push up with the coil spring and pull it up.
Pull it up?
Yep. Push. There you go.
Oh,
You just disassembled that recoil spring. You go, girl. Now what you're going to do is take your barrel.
Okay.
All right. And you're going to push. That's the barrel right here.
Here?
Yes. You're going to pull up. Put your hand underneath it and push it up
Oh, okay.
and pull it out. Yep. Just like that. And pull it out. Pull it straight out. Now, beautiful. And you just took out the barrel. Oh, my God. You are a pro at this. You are a pro, Miss Jones. Awesome. Now, let's separate these components.
Okay.
Pick up your barrel.
Here.
Excellent. Pick up your frame.
Here.
Excellent. And everything that moves on your firearm is called the what?
Oh, action.
Action. Woo! I'm loving you, Miss Jones. You are on point. We're going to cover all of that, how to load your magazine.
I have a hard time with that, too.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to cover all of this here.
Okay.
All right, Miss Jones. What we're going to cover now, we're going to cover ammunition, okay? And we're going to cover the breakdown or the different components of the ammunition, all right? So when you're looking at your ammunition, all right, it's more than just what we would call a bullet, okay? The simple term, we say bullet, right?
Right.
But the ammunition is actually broke down into about 4 different components, all right? You have your casing, you have your primer, you have your powder, and you have your projectile. Okay? That's what we're looking at. So when you picking up that ammunition, this is what I want you to do.
Okay.
All right, the tip of that ammunition, point to the tip. All right, that is called the projectile, or most commonly known as the bullet. Okay? Now, what's around that projectile is what they call the case.
Right.
Okay? Now, what's inside that case is what?
Gunpowder.
Gunpowder. Exactly. Exactly. So, and just like with anything you know, when you're using gunpowder, even if it's a firecracker on the 4th of July, you know, whatever case may be, that gunpowder needs an ignition, right? Something to spark it, correct? So, at the bottom of that ammunition, right in the center, show me the center. Right there, yes, ma'am. What you're looking at is called the what?
Primer.
Primer, exactly. And the primer is the part of the ammunition that is struck by what part of the gun? I want you to think about it. What hits the primer when it's inside of the chamber?
I know.
I know you know it. Come on. Come on. What hits it? It makes a little bitty pinhole dent. It makes a little pin.
Remember, Sergeant.
It makes a little pin.
I know.
A pin dent. A little bitty pin dent. It's called a firing pin. All right, firing pin. That's right. Okay. So inside of the slide assembly, all right, pick up your slide assembly. All right, we're breaking all of this down for you. All right. Inside your slide assembly, if you see that little bitty hole that's in your slide assembly right there. Yep, right in there. That's where the firing pin is located.
Okay.
So when you pull the trigger and the hammer goes back and then the hammer comes forward, it actually hits the firing pin and pushes it into the ammunition, which hits the what part of the ammunition?
The primer.
The primer. And the primer does what?
Projects out.
It
Explodes.
it ignites.
Ignites. Okay.
The primer ignites the what?
The bullet.
Not the bullet.
The.
Come on, think of a firecracker. What's inside of a fire? What's inside the bullet?
Gunpowder.
The gunpowder.
Okay.
There you go. The primer ignites the
Gunpowder.
The gunpowder does what?
Explodes.
Explodes, all right, causing the what? The projectile or the bullet to do what?
To release.
To release, to go forward. Exactly.
Okay.
That's the working mechanism of that ammunition.
Okay.
You pull the trigger, the hammer cocks, the hammer release, the hammer pushes the firing pin into the primer. The primer ignites the gunpowder. The gunpowder explodes, causing a gas release, pushing the projectile or the bullet through the what?
Chamber.
The chamber and through the
Barrel.
There you go.
Okay.
And the bullet or the projectile comes through the barrel and out of the what? What is the end of the barrel called?
The
Start with an M.
muzzle.
Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo, you're learning, baby. I love it, Miss Jones. You're an excellent student, man. I'm loving this. That's excellent. All right, Miss Jones. Now that you have disassembled your handgun, your firearm, okay? And it's broken down into how many major components? What are your major components again?
Action.
Okay. Come on.
Frame.
Frame, okay.
And barrel.
And barrel. Excellent. Action, frame, and barrel. Okay. So now that you have broken it down, we're going to start covering our cleaning procedures now. Okay. All right. Now, it's two things that I would love for you to remember when you're cleaning your weapon. Okay. Actually, more than two things, but we're going to talk about the two major things. All right. Number one. All right. Make sure that that weapon is unloaded completely. Okay. No rounds, no ammunition whatsoever in sight. Okay. Because if you're cleaning and you have someone around you, small children or something like that, okay, and if you have to go out and leave that area or whatever the case may be, you don't want to leave that firearm along with your ammunition there to where somebody can come and get it and mess with it and things of that nature, okay? All right, so those are very important tips, all right? So always keep your ammunition in a separate place when you're actually cleaning your firearm. All right, sounds good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start breaking it down. The first thing we're going to start off with our slide assembly. So go ahead. Beautiful. Look how she's learning, man. Ow, I love it. All right, now, some of the products that we're looking at with our firearm cleaning, okay, is very simple. All right, we have our basic solution, okay, and that is this right here, this spray bottle right there. That breaks down the carbon builds up within your firearm, okay. It loosens up all of that dirt, grime, grit, and the carbon builds up, okay. And then we have a basic oil that we're going to use, that we're going to lubricate those parts again, okay. Some of the tools that we use bore brushes here. We use slide pliers, we used the 2 brushes, and now this is what every gun cleaner needs right here. I call it my special dental tools. Okay, I become surgical when I'm cleaning these weapons. All right, all right. What those picks does is that sometimes there are hard to reach places that you can't get to break up the carbon. Okay, so you utilize these picks, these hooks, and everything to get in those hard to reach places and scrape the carbon off of the mechanism that's in there. Okay, sounds good. You're doing excellent, Miss Jones. That's what you start doing. You done sprayed the Sullivan on there to break down the carbon. And now what you're going to do, you're going to use your brush and you are going to just start brushing the components of every part of the weapon, making sure you're getting all the carbon built up off of it. Now, if the fat end of your brush does not fit in a compartment, you can turn the brush around and use the narrow end. Okay, to get off in certain places a little better. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, did you clean the your front part of your firing pin? Oh. Yes. Okay. Excellent. 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 Okay. Now, what you would do then, you would inspect it to see if you see any carbon buildup on it. If you still see carbon buildup on it, now you can use one of your picks and start scrubbing off. Like, look at your firing pin area. If you see that carbon buildup around, you see that circle, that black circle, take one of your hooks, all right, and see how much of that circle that you can get to disappear.
In here?
Yeah, right here, yeah.
Right in here?
Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes the buildup is so extensive that it already turned permanent, all right? All right? But remember, this is only a firearm. You don't have to be afraid of it, all right? Beautiful. You're doing a wonderful job, Miss Jones.
Well, thank you, sir.
You really are. Oh, that weapon going to be super clean. Oh, when we go to the range, we're going to show out.
I know that's right.
We're going to show out.
I ain't going to even want to fire it.
Because you're going to have... And just think about this. Once you fire it, guess what you're going to have to do?
Re-clean it. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Now, beautiful. Taking the basics of after you have broken it down with the solution, now you're just doing a mechanical oiling on it, lubrication, to ensure that you don't have any malfunctions. Okay. All right. Now you would do the same thing with your recoil spring. Okay. Put a mechanical.
Just take the lube from here?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You know, and just go around. That's right. Just now, another thing that the oil does, it keeps the carbon from sticking to all of the metal pieces. So your next cleaning, the carbon should come right off with no problem.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It should come off with no problem whatsoever.
Okay.
That's wonderful, Miss Jones. Yes, ma'am. That's great. All right. Miss Jones, that we have cleaned all components of your weapon, we finna go for reassemble. All right. So the first thing we want to do, we're going to grab our slide assembly and we're going to grab our barrel. I want you to turn the slide assembly to where the barrel is facing away from you. Excellent, Miss Jones. Excellent. Now, I want you to insert your barrel with those grooves pointing upward. Yep, just like that. Good. Beautiful. Now you're doing it right. Take it through the hole. Good. Bam. And it sits right off in there. You see that? Well, wonderful. Wonderful. Now do me a favor. Take the barrel back out. Good. Beautiful. And put the barrel back in. Wonderful. Now, what you're going to do, now you're going to take your recoil spring. Now, your recoil spring have two parts, two ends, okay? This is how you can tell if your recoil spring is in the right way. Okay. When you try to assemble, I'm gonna tell you to assemble it wrong first. Okay. With the wide end, I want you to assemble the wide end inside that hole right here at the end of that. Yes. Now I want you to try to push it forward. Will it go forward?
No, sir.
Will it move?
No, sir.
That means you have it in wrong.
Gotcha.
All right. So you would turn it the other way. Push it. Now see if you can push it in. Will it go in now? Push. Ah, you see how it went in now? Exactly. Now that is the correct way because your recoil spring now moves. The other way it will not move. Okay? So now you just have assembled your slide assembly. You have inserted the barrel and the what?
Recoil spring.
And the recoil spring. Very good. Okay? So now let's go ahead and let's move to assembling the slide onto the what?
Frame.
The frame. Very good, Miss Jones. All right. Go ahead and turn the slide assembly over. Excellent. Now there are grooves. You see them right there. These are your slots right here that you catch it first.
Right.
So you will go ahead and line up the slots in the groove. Beautiful. And you will pull it all the way back. Keep going. Beautiful. And release to the front. And you have just reassembled your weapon.
All right.
How simple is that?
Very.
All right? Very simple, right? You will pull the trigger and you hear the mechanic click, the metallic click. You will go ahead and charge your weapon again. That's pull the slide to the back and let it go back forward. The slide, yep, and let it go forward. Now pull the trigger again. And you hear the metallic click, all right? That means all functions inside of the weapon is working properly. Okay? Now, what you're doing right now, you're oiling the slide grooves, the land. You remember the oil that we put inside of it? Now you're oiling it. So just move the slide about 10 times, back and forward. There you go. Now you're oiling it. That's it. And that's good to go. Now pull the trigger. And you hear a metallic click. You know that it's in place. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Securing my slide assembly. All right.
Securing my slide assembly. Picking up my barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Going to place it in chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on.
Picking up my recoil.
Mm-hmm.
And
place the recoil in place over the barrel.
Recoil in place of the barrel.
Okay, good.
And
Now say slide assembly is complete.
slide assembly is complete.
Okay, now.
Turn it over.
All right.
Okay. And then I'm going to place it on my frame.
All right.
Put it in the grooves.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
Okay. Now what?
I'm going to
Now I want you to say what? All right, a weapon assembly is complete or firearm assembly is complete.
firearm assembly is complete.
Okay. Now insert what?
Insert my magazine.
Magazine. Okay. Lock my slide to the rear.
Lock my slide to the rear.
Uh-huh. All right, release the slide forward. Good.
Okay.
Function check complete.
Check complete.
Time. Putting the weapon down on the table.
Okay.
Time.
Time.
And that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Okay? I want you to speak out every step that you do. All right? Now that was for assemble. Now go ahead and disassemble your weapon.
Okay.
All right? Every step, speak it out.
Okay. Disassemble my weapon. I'm going to release the magazine.
Release the magazine.
I'm going to place it here.
Okay?
I'm going to push my
Lock my slide to the rear.
slide to the rear.
Okay.
I'm going to hold down my
Disassemble.
disassemble button.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to release my
Come on. Push. What you're doing is pushing down your slide.
Pushing down my slide.
Your slide lock button. Okay, push it down, releasing the slide forward. You let it go. Okay, I'm gonna push down. I'm gonna press my slide stop button, releasing the slide forward while maintaining my grip on the disassemble button.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
That's the step that you're doing.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to press my slide release button at the same time holding down my disassemble buttons. All right. Then I'm going to pull the trigger, releasing the slide forward. Good. Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Keep going.
And I'm going to lay my frame down.
Okay. Good.
I'm going to flip my assemble of my
Come on. You got it. You got it. Yes, you do. What is that called? Slide
assemble.
There you go. You got it.
Slide assemble.
All right. You got this.
I turned it over and I'm going to take out my recoil.
Recoil.
Place it down.
Okay.
I'm going to remove my barrel.
Uh-huh.
And place it down.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put down my assembly.
All right. Your slide assemble.
Slide assemble.
All right. And disassemble is complete.
Disassemble is complete.
Time.
Time.
All right. And that's what we're working on. All right.
Just had one, huh?
Yeah, you did. Just.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and put the weapon down.
Okay.
All right. Now, we're going to go through our disassemble and our reassemble exercises, all right? You just had several practices on assembling and disassembling the firearm, okay? So now we're finna have a little fun and test your memory, okay? You should be so fluent in assembling and disassembling this weapon that you can do it with your eyes closed or what? Blindfolded. So I need you to go ahead and take off your glasses and put it to the side. Excellent. Now go ahead and secure the blindfold. Yes, turn around the other way. Yep, just like that.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it over your eyes. Wonderful. Woo! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Mrs. Jones, I believe that you can do this. I really can. All right. So what I need for you to do is disassemble your weapon, please.
Okay. All right. So I am going to release the magazine. I'm going to push up on my slide assembly button and pull back on my side assembly. I'm going to hold my gun tight. I'm going to push down on my release buttons simultaneously. I'm going to pull the trigger. What am I going to do? I'm going to push up on my slide assembly. Push down. Oh, Dog it.
Come on.
Record
Pick it
that.
up. Pick it up from that point.
Pick
You
it
can
up
do
from
it.
that
Yeah.
point.
Pick it up from that point.
So I'm going to push up on my slide assembly button and push back on my slide assembly. Okay. Hold down on hold my gun tight. I'm going to hold down on my release buttons. Hold down on my release buttons. Move.
Outstanding. Keep going. You're doing great.
Okay. Turn over. Remove my coil. Down. Move my barrel. Down. Disassemble complete.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, reassemble.
Going to reassemble. pick up my slide assembly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to replace my barrel. Just locked in. Pick up my coil. Checking to make sure that I have it turned the right way. Oh wow. Come on, Janet. There we go. Place my coil. Turn my slide assembly over. And pick up my frame. I'm going to slide my slide assembly over my frame. And I'm going to pick up my magazine. Assemble complete. Oh!
Oh! Yeah! Mm-hmm. All right, come on. You can do it. Let's fix it. Find the parts. There you go. You can do this.
Okay.
Come on. All right. Well, Miss Jones, you've been practicing your assemble and disassemble techniques and strategies, right?
Yes.
So now we have just put the blindfold on you, and we want to see how well that you have mastered this technique, okay? So what I would like for you to do, please, I would like for you to disassemble that weapon all the way, blindfolded, and then reassemble it after you disassemble it, and do a function check afterwards, okay? So let's start on that. Go ahead.
I'm going to release the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Place it here.
All right.
I'm going to push up on my assembly button. Release. I'm going to hold down my disassemble buttons. Hold down my disassemble buttons.
Go on with your bad self, Miss Jones. Go on, Miss Jones.
I'm going to remove coil. Going to remove my bag. Disassemble complete.
Disassemble complete. That is outstanding, Miss Jones. Come on and reassemble that firearm for me.
Okay. I'm going to pick up my
It's okay. You can remember the name of it. What is it?
nerve.
Slide.
Slide assembly.
There you go.
Slide assembly.
All right.
And I'm going to pick up my barrel and place it inside the slide assembly.
Great. Beautiful sound. You hear that sound?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I'm going to pick up my recoil.
Okay.
Place it on top of my barrel. Turn my barrel, my slide assembly over. and pick up my frame. And I'm going to place it, a slider symbol over my frame. And pick up my magazine and place it in my frame.
Oh, you bad, Miss Jones. You bad. Take that blindfold off, girl. You bad, baby.
Yes!
You did it, mama. You did it. All right. Now, with both eyes open, you're going to focus on the circle that is on the screen right here. See that little smiley face? With both eyes open, focus on that smiley face and slowly bring your hand into your face. Keep both eyes open and slowly bring your hand into your face. Okay, there you go. Keeping that circle in the middle. Slowly bring it. Slowly bring it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, you are right eye dominant. Excellent. Okay, so we have determined that you are right eye dominant and you are right-handed dominant. So you are normal. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, and I want you to take on that good grip, and I want you to aim right at the target on the head with the laser. Squeeze the round. Squeeze the trigger slowly. Beautiful. Your sights are awesome.
Really?
Your sights are awesome. That was great. That was great. That's the same technique that we're going to use when we go to the range. The exact same technique, all right? At this time, I want you to shoot at number 2 target, okay? The number 2 target. No, stay where you are.
Oh, stay where I am.
Because I want you to look at your positioning. Just turn your body towards the target,
Okay.
okay? Shoot the left, far left target on number 2.
Far left.
Far left. Same technique.
Okay.
All right, same technique. Far left target and squeeze it. Beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God. Your sights are dead on. They are dead on. You hear me? That is. I'm gonna take on that good isosceles stance. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now what I want you to do is aim for the X in the second target, right in the chest. With the isosceles stance, beautiful, beautiful, and squeeze that trigger. X in the chest. Oh, girl, girl. Oh, yeah, you ready, baby? You ready? I'm telling you. What I want you to do now is to take on a good weaver stance, okay? A good weaver stance. All right. All right, I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you keeping that back leg straight for me, Miss Jones. There you go. Looking good. You looking good. All right, now, what I want you to do now, Miss Jones, that's a very good weaver stance. That's textbook right there. What I want you to do, Miss Jones, I want you to go ahead and give me a headshot on the second target, right on the X. The second target, give me a headshot. Take your time and squeeze the trigger. Line up your sights. Give me that headshot on that second target. All right, not bad. Not bad at all, okay? Not bad at all. You hit the head. Remember to line up that front sight post right on the X. Okay, let's try that again. The front sight post should be clear. The rear sights should be blurry. The target should be what? Blurry. Excellent. Let's try that again. All right. Line it all the way up. There you go. Remember your sight pictures. Good. Beautiful stance. Beautiful stance, Miss Jones. Squeeze that. Oh, there it is, right there. There it is. You saw the difference? You saw the difference? Woo! Sight pictures lined up, baby. You locked and loaded now. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Isosceles stands for me, please. All right? Now, with both eyes open, I want you to just look at your end of your barrel, okay, where your muzzle is. All right? I want you to take a deep breath and exhale. Inhale. Inhale again. Exhale. What is the end of your barrel doing?
Kind of moving.
Moving which direction?
Kind of up and down.
Up and down. Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. You know why? When you inhale, all the lungs fill in your air and it automatically raises your hand up. And when you exhale, the air deflates, the oxygen deflates, and it lowers your arm down. All right. So there is something that is called the natural respiratory pause. Relax for me. It's called the natural respiratory pause. It is that pause that you do going from exhaling back to inhaling. Okay. And when you naturally breathe, once you exhale, you pause slightly and then you inhale again. That's a natural respiratory pause. All right. Now, the reason why that is so important in marksmanship and firearm training is that you want to make sure that your weapon is absolutely still before you pull that trigger. That means you need to pause your breathing shortly. That makes sense to you? Okay. Pause your breathing. So I inhale, I exhale, I pause, then I squeeze the trigger, then I start back breathing again. Okay. Make sense? Awesome. Let's try. All right, Miss Jones. What we're going to do now, we're going to start going over our range procedures, okay? So range procedures are very simple. You're going to take all commands and instructions from me, okay? So it's going to be very important that you do not go ahead of me nor behind me, okay? Do what I say when I say do it only, all right? So I would say to you, I would say fire. Go ahead on and approach your firing line. Good. I would say fire. Go ahead and secure one magazine. Good. Go ahead and secure your firearm. Good. Go ahead and lock and load that magazine inside that firearm. Good. Fire. Go ahead and release that slide to the front. Good. Fire. At this time, the fire line is now hot. Firers, go ahead and take on a good stance, good grip, good aim, trigger control, breathing control. Fire when ready. Follow through. Cease fire, cease fire, cease fire. Fire, go ahead and take that magazine out of that weapon. Place the magazine and the weapon down on the firing table and step back from the firing line. Good. Relax. Breathe. And that's as simple as it is. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to our... All right, what's up, what's up, what's up? I got Miss Jones in the house. Say, what's up, Miss Jones? Check this out, Facebook, man. Miss Jones just completed her firearm safety training, right? I'm telling you, she assembled, real assembled that weapon, blindfolded, you hear me? She locked, cocked, and ready to rock, baby. Wow! Now you know what time it is, Miss Jones. Look up. Anybody that come through the academy, baby, we got to sign the Wall of Fame. Okay. So go ahead on and sign any place where you want to, Miss Jones. I'm telling you right now, okay. I want to thank you very much. Look at that, for just choosing BSBV for all of your protection needs. Man, we love you so much. We just want to welcome you to the Royal Order of Divine Protection. Woo! She's signing the wall. She's signing Facebook. She's signing. Go ahead on, Miss Jones, and put your name and the date up there for me, please. Okay. I greatly appreciate it. So we did like to time stamp it and everything, man, to let everybody know when you came through the academy, baby. Whoa, so Miss Jones, go ahead and just give a quick testimony, a quick review on how your training was today.
I tell you, my training with you, Sergeant Austin, has been excellent. Marvelous. Cataclysmic.
Wow.
Over the top.
Wow, now.
Thank you, sir.
Watch out, that go.
Best training ever.
Oh man, that is awesome, man. Look here. We appreciate all of your business, all of your service. And look, we love referrals. We love referrals. So tell your families to come on. Tell your friends to come on, Miss Jones. As you can see, what we're doing here is giving people quality training right here, okay? So we could be located at our location at 5798 Mount Moriah Road, all right? Or check us out on our Facebook page, just Be Sober, Be Vigilant Protection Academy, or go to our website at www.besoberbevigilant.com, okay? We love you, Miss Jones. Hey, I got one more thing for you. You know what? Me, yeah, Mrs. Jones. We got a training going on. Love you, Miss Jones. Thank you again, all right? Nothing different between here and the academy, okay? Everything is done the same, all right? So, fire, at this time, go ahead and approach your firing lane. Go ahead and secure one magazine. Go ahead and secure your firearm. Go ahead and lock and load that magazine inside that firearm. I didn't tell you to release the slide yet. Okay? So you remember what we talked about, okay? All right? So since you've already released that slide forward, make sure you keep that weapon pointed down range. All right? So fire, at this time, the fire line is now hot. Fire. Go ahead on and take on a good stance, a good grip, good aim, breathing control, trigger control. Fire when ready. Cease fire, cease fire, cease fire. Go ahead and take that magazine out of that firearm, place the magazine and the firearm on the table, and step back from the firing line. Excellent. Now, how did that feel?
That's okay.
Good. The firing line is now hot. Fire, take on a good stance. Good grip. Good aim. Breathing control. Trigger control. Fire when ready. Cease fire, cease fire, cease fire. Go ahead and drop that magazine from the weapon and place the magazine and the weapon down on the firing table and step back from the firing line. Excellent. What did you do on the trigger control? Fire when ready. Cease fire, cease fire, cease fire. Go ahead. Take on a good aim, good grip, breathing control, trigger control. Fire when ready. Not the death grip, remember. All right, not the death grip. Let's try it. Same sight picture. Cease fire, cease fire, cease fire. Go ahead and take that magazine out there, weapon. Go ahead and place the magazine and the weapon down on the firing table and step back.